Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, hit the baby mama when I step into the door.
She's
Yeah, I'm pregnant,
supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room, dancing with a big belt.
In the next couple of minutes, you're going to witness Meghan Markle unleash a dance so awkward, so gloriously uncoordinated, it made the royal guard blink in confusion. Seriously, right on cue, Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan pounced like gossip-hungry hawks at a yoga retreat. Was it a dance or a cry for help in interpretive form? We may never know. But one thing's for sure, this clip has more secondhand embarrassment than Prince Harry at a family reunion. Buckle up.
She spreads her legs, she hikes her dress, she circles her genitals around and around. Okay. This is deeply problematic on a number of levels. Number one, here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like
Meghan. Markle has done it again. Just when we thought the Duchess of Delusion couldn't possibly find a new way to embarrass herself on a global scale, she poured straight into viral infamy with a dance so awkward it made dad dancing at weddings look like Swan Lake. If cringing were an Olympic sport, Meghan would have taken home gold, silver, and a restraining order from rhythm itself.
Rules.
Big fucking rule.
They went at Harry and Meghan.
She's suing
And they're
them.
trying to sue him. It's like, don't
What are you?
fucking
You're suing South Park?
kick
really?
that hornet's nest. Do not.
Really?
Oh my- well, you know what's going on. Someone wanted a lot of attention, and now they got it. That was the whole episode.
That was the ep.
Yeah.
That was the premise.
Is that what it was? Like, we want privacy, and they keep going on every magazine.
Yeah.
Be a regular person. Yeah. Go get a job at a...
Somewhere in Montecito, there's probably a publicist hyperventilating into a paper bag, while Meghan twirls like she's starring in a tampon commercial no one asked for. Not since Prince Harry juggled oranges for Oprah has there been such a majestic display of misplaced enthusiasm. And who better to give this moment the sarcastic roasting it deserves than Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly, the unofficial king and queen of "Did she really just do that?" commentary.
And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors. We know who you are. You helped kill the queen. You didn't give two shits about calling the royal family racist while Prince Philip was on his deathbed and casting aspersions on him. You have completely undermined all the amazing gifts that this family has given you as nothing and suggested that they didn't care you were suicidal and they were the ones who...
Let's start with the dance. Imagine a high school drama teacher desperately trying to relive their glory days, except replace glory with delusion and dance with limbs in crisis. Meghan flailed across the screen with the energy of someone who watched one TikTok and decided she too could be a Gen Z icon. Unfortunately, her body missed the memo. Her arms moved like she was fighting off invisible bees, and her legs looked like they were locked in a custody battle with gravity. If rhythm were a language, Meghan would be speaking fluent Martian.
Well, I'm a little upset with Prince Harry, but other than that, it's working out really well.
Are you mad that he left the throne or whatever the fuck he did?
No, I mean,
Doesn't it make sense?
Well, it probably makes sense because, I don't know that he's the sharpest tool in the box, and he's probably thinking we can make a lot more money but they're not supposed to make any money off of being a member of the royal family, and yet they've trademarked apparently sort of their brand.
One proper look at that video, and most assumed it was either a deep fake or some kind of experimental therapy session. Because really, what else do you call a grown woman married to a prince pirouetting in linen pants like she's auditioning for So You Think You Can Dance Royal Edition, parody style, and Megyn Kelly? Well, she didn't just roast Meghan. She microwaved her, rotated halfway, then hit the popcorn button. Pure petty perfection. When your entire brand is built on pretending to escape the shackles of royalty while simultaneously begging for a Netflix check, and you follow that up with an interpretive dance that screams, "I read one book on chakras," you're basically begging for satirical euthanasia. Let's zoom out a bit. Meghan Markle has always been on a quest to redefine what it means to be royal, just one awkward public meltdown at a time. First came the tearful interviews, then the Hallmark reject podcasts, and now this. A dance video. So humiliating it made Prince Andrew's interview look like a TED Talk. This wasn't just cringe, it was premium artisanal, farm-to-table cringe. A curated embarrassment. The kind of content you show your enemies when you want them to block you out of secondhand shame. Megyn twirling around like she just discovered her reflection is not the spiritual rebirth she hoped for. This is performance art for the terminally confused.
Megyn, there. Is that a real baby bump, or has she strapped it on? Because
really weird.
She's got form for strapping on baby bumps. So what do you think as you see it? I think
there's something very wrong with that shape, in my view. I don't know. Look, I'm mesmerised, but I'm kind of. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, I'm glad the Queen is no longer with us, because oh my Lord, how she would be shuddering at those images. It's so undignified.
And let's be honest, this was meant to be profound. She probably imagined herself as the next great feminist shaman, connecting with her inner goddess while shuffling like she's stuck buffering in slow motion. But the only thing she connected with was the collective eye roll of the internet. Megyn Kelly didn't. Just point out the obvious. She laughed so hard you could practically hear her keyboard crack under the weight of sarcasm. This wasn't a takedown. It was a ceremonial burial of Megyn's credibility, complete with glitter jazz hands and a eulogy delivered by Logic and Joe Rogan. Joe dissected that video like it was an alien artifact. There was genuine confusion mixed with deep philosophical despair, as if Megyn's flailing limbs personally offended his MMA instincts. Watching that clip was like seeing a yoga retreat break into a hostage situation. And Joe, the man of grounded testosterone that he is, couldn't resist asking the question, why? Not in a poetic sense. Literally, why? The sad truth? Megyn still thinks she's starring in a coming-of-age film, where every public embarrassment is just another scene in her epic journey of self-discovery. Meanwhile, the rest of us are stuck watching a mid-season train wreck that refuses to end, now with interpretive dance breaks and a Spotify rejection letter taped proudly to the wall.
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth. You know, there are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only. And the moments before you give birth to your child is one of them, when you are together in that room and your child is coming. And maybe you do have a fun moment. This is not how I spent my moments before giving birth, but maybe you do have a fun moment. But it's private. It's actually holy.
Let's not forget, this is the same Meghan Markle, who insisted she wanted privacy, then promptly threw herself onto every platform that would tolerate her for more than 5 seconds. When the world collectively changed the channel, she figured maybe if she danced hard enough, we'd mistake desperation for depth. This isn't just a woman having a bad moment. It's a full-blown campaign of cringe, a strategic offensive of secondhand embarrassment. And the dance? It wasn't even the worst part. It was the smugness, the performative, I'm so free now smile of someone who just escaped a bad relationship with the truth. She moved like someone who skimmed an article on expressive movement during a layover at LAX and decided she too could be the face of spiritual liberation. Megyn, it's not an expression. It's a cry for help, in interpretive jazz form. At this point, you could put Meghan Markle in a cardboard box, and she'd still find a way to make it about finding her voice. And that's exactly what Megyn Kelly shredded with the precision of a cynical surgeon. The self-importance, the faux enlightenment, the idea that Megyn dancing like a broken lawn sprinkler is somehow empowering.
They can do whatever the fuck they want, but it would have been nice if they told their grandmother so that she didn't have to find out about it on the news. I thought that was kind of a
The Queen?
spotted dick move, but yeah.
Spotted dick.
Yeah.
The Queen.
The Queen.
She found out on Twitter. Has Prince Harry left the throne?
That is a remarkably accurate
Thank you.
voice.
I've worked hard at it.
She's so she found out on TV, but you know they want to be financially independent. You know, they trademarked the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in a variety of different ways, apparently, and she's going to go back to doing whatever she did. And
It's that little American hussy he's hooked up.
Megyn didn't just drag her. She gift-wrapped the dragging, tied it with a bow of mockery, and delivered it straight to Montecito. And if Megyn's dance was meant to silence the haters, well, it had the opposite effect. It supercharged them. The dance was less mic drop and more trip over the mic. knock over the camera, burst into tears, blame colonialism. Joe Rogan, who usually spends his time talking about gorillas and psychedelics, somehow made more sense in this moment than Meghan ever has. He looked at her public meltdown and just shook his head like a disappointed gym teacher. That's when you know it's bad, when Joe Rogan is the voice of reason. Time to sit down, hydrate, and rethink your life. The reactions? Unhinged glee. Twitter turned into a virtual mosh pit of sarcastic takes. TikTok made it a challenge. Recreate Meghan's dance without hurting yourself. Instagram influencers did frame-by-frame breakdowns like it was the Zapruder film. But Meghan, in her eternal delusion, probably thinks she started a movement. She'll call it the Duchess Flow. There'll be a book, a guided meditation, even a scented candle that smells like misplaced ambition, all in the name of empowerment, which in Meghan speak roughly translates to, please clap.
She's reportedly bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim. And for her to need to make it into an ego trip, which she's clearly doing. Look at me dancing. I'm still fun and I'm sexy. And I have this great marriage. And here's Harry being like a normal guy is disrespectful, I think, to the moment, to the child, and truly to like the sanctity of what goes on for any humans who are actually in that situation. She's drunk on her own ego.
Let's not forget, this woman once ghosted her entire family, accused the royal household of conspiracy, declared war on breakfast television, and now wants us to believe she's just a free spirit twirling in the wind. It's not freedom. It's flailing with flair. Even the lighting in that dance video looked like it wanted to escape. The sun hit her like it was trying to slap her out of it. Birds in the background could be heard audibly judging. Nature itself recoiled. Megyn Kelly, true to form, weaponized every syllable with a tone so dry it could ignite wildfires. She dismantled Meghan's dance dreams in real time. You could hear the eye roll between every word. She didn't just critique the choreography. She critiqued the psychology, the backstory, the delusion, and the Target leggings. Meanwhile, Harry's probably somewhere in the background trying to figure out how the Wi-Fi works so he can post a supportive emoji. Poor guy looked like he stumbled into a live-action audition for Step Up Divorce Court. There's only so many times you can say, she's just expressing herself, before your eyes start twitching involuntarily. The Meghan. Markle saga has gone from inspirational to inexplicable. What started as a royal fairy tale has mutated into a reality show hosted by regret. And this dance video is the crown jewel of cringe. A living, breathing example of what happens when you surround yourself with yes men and ignore every red flag, fluttering in the wind, like Meghan's linen blouse.
What every working mother out there in America and the UK and beyond does when they're pregnant, shut up. No one cares that you were pampered day and night and then you had to go out and be loved and adored by a bunch of people while you're... Shut the F up. We all go to work every day. It's very fucking hard. I don't feel sorry for you. You know, like I didn't have people bringing me my meals and rubbing my feet at the end of the day, as I guarantee you these two did. No one cares. Our sympathies aren't with you. They are with the women who work 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table, who have husbands who aren't present, who are already supporting kids, who are in shitty jobs where they're not going to get a vacation. I don't care. You know what she can't.
There's a fine line between confidence and delusion, and Meghan Pole vaulted over it in platform sneakers. The dance was supposed to say, I'm thriving. Instead, it screamed, I need new friends and a hobby that doesn't involve humiliating myself on purpose. The commentary from Meghan and Joe? Beautiful. A duet of brutal honesty and sarcastic bewilderment, like 2 eagles circling a stunned squirrel. Meghan's roasting had the elegance of a Shakespearean insult wrapped in Botox. Joe's response. More of a caveman grunt with side-eye, but somehow even that felt more intellectual than Meghan's choreography. In a just world, this video would come with a warning. Caution. Viewing may cause sudden loss of respect, involuntary facepalms, and the overwhelming urge to throw your phone into traffic. But alas, Meghan posted it like it was the Sermon on the Mount. She probably imagined herself as a symbol of liberation. Instead, she became a meme, an unwitting gesture in her own self-produced tragedy. No amount of soul-searching, herbal tea, or influencer collabs can erase the digital footprint of that performance. The only thing more dramatic than the dance was the aftermath, a press release spinning it as authentic and joyful, and a legion of PR interns trying to rebrand it as whimsical. Newsflash, when Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly agree on something, it's not whimsy. It's a full-blown intervention.
She's come to turn him into a Kardashian.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, listen, they're already so popular. All they need to do is start endorsing fucking makeup lines and sneakers and watches and shit. Next thing you know, Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah, well, she's got a massive following on Instagram, which I suspect she wants to
go.
Yeah, she
Start
wants to monetize that thing.
Well, how much do you think they make? Find out.
Megyn could have stayed quiet. She could have started a charity. She could have read the room, but no. She danced like the Wi-Fi password depended on it. Now she's being flayed in high definition by two of the sharpest, least forgiving voices in the media. There's a lesson here. Probably something about humility, restraint, or maybe just the importance of having one brutally honest friend who says, maybe don't post that. But for Megyn, self-awareness left the palace a long time ago, right after her acting career did. In the meantime, we'll be here watching, laughing, replaying that dance with the kind of morbid fascination usually reserved for nature documentaries, where the gazelle doesn't make it. Meghan Markle may never stop trying to reinvent herself, but she'll never stop doing it with jazz hands and delusions of grandeur. So twirl on, Duchess of Disaster. The world is your stage. Unfortunately, the audience brought popcorn and sarcasm instead of applause.
Humanizing videos, even if she managed to find one, are going to work. You know, if you actually are a good person, you don't show up at the Uvalde mass school shooting and put yourself on camera and make it about you. You don't see photo op when you see dead children, which she did. So spare us.
And just when you think it couldn't get worse, she hits a spin so chaotic it looks like her chakras filed a restraining order. Somewhere in Buckingham Palace, a corgi probably keeled over in secondhand embarrassment. Megyn isn't redefining royalty, she's turning it into a TikTok trend gone rogue. The only throne she's sitting on now is a bar stool of delusion, spinning in circles while reality politely exits stage left. Megyn Kelly lit the match, Joe Rogan poured the gasoline, and Megyn danced straight into the inferno, arms flailing, ego intact, still convinced she's the main character in a Disney reboot.